الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My dear sweet Islam brothers, let's recite Durud and Salam. Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله. Excellence of reciting Durud and Salam. When a Muslim conveys 3 times Durud Pak with love and devotion in the morning and love and devotion in the evening, Allah Azza wa Jal will forgive the minor sins he committed that day. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. In the book Call to Righteousness on page 121, it is mentioned, a legendary and leading scholar of Sharia and Tariqa, Alama Maulana Mufti Muhammad Amjad Ali Azmi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, has stated on page 560 of the 3rd volume of the 1197 page booklet Bahari Shariat, published by Maktabatul Madina, the publishing department of Dawat-e-Islami. It is stated in the hadith, treating your relatives with kindness increases age and sustenance. Some scholars have said this hadith implies what it apparently means, that is, it refers to qada mu'allaq, and because qada mubram cannot be changed. And in the Quran it is mentioned in Surah Yunus ayah 49, when the term completes, death comes, then neither can they stay behind for a moment, nor can they be advanced. Some scholars rahmatullahi ta'ala have stated that the increase in age implies that he receives reward even after his death. It is as if he is still alive. It may also mean that people speak well of him even after his death. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Dear Islamic brothers and viewers of social media, these days people break off relations with each other on minor issues with the intention of developing mutual affection and conveying the call to righteousness in order to gain more reward. I am presenting to you some more Madani pearls of advice regarding treating relatives with good manners. Whilst describing the hadith of the beloved and blessed Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, Sayyidina Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala an once said, anyone who breaks off relations must leave our gathering. Listening to this, a young man stood up and went to his paternal aunt he had an old disagreement with. After the aunt and the nephew got reconciled with each other, the aunt asked her nephew to go and ask the reason for it, i.e., in brackets, it mentions what was the wisdom behind the announcement made by Sayyidina Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Therefore, the young man came and asked the reason for it. Sayyidina Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu replied that he had heard the beloved and blessed Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam say, the nation which has any relation severing person in it is not blessed with the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. Further, it is stated, my dear Islam brothers, did you see how deep divine fear the Muslims of the past had? The fortunate young man, overcome with divine fear, instantly went to his aunt himself and made reconciliation with her. Everyone should ponder which relatives they have differences with. If anyone finds out any quarrel with any relatives, he should immediately make the effort for reconciliation with displeased relatives, provided there is no Shari prohibition. Even if you have demean yourself, do it for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. You will reach heights of respect, insha'Allah Azza wa Jal. The Holy Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, in a translation, that is one who shows humility for Allah Azza wa Jal is granted loftiness by Allah Azza wa Jal. In order to establish peace at home and society, join the fragrant Madani environment of Dawat Islami and travel every month with the Sunnah inspiring Madani Qaflas at least for 3 days. 28, 29, 30, inshallah, Madani Qafla is traveling. Also spend your life acting upon the Madani Inamat, which is a Nek Amal booklet. Let me tell you a Madani parable for your persuasion. He is a summary of a piece of writing received from an Islamic brother from Bab al-Madina, Karachi. There was a long-standing dispute between my wife and my mother. At last, my wife quarreled with us and went to her paternal home. Extremely upset, I was unable to handle the situation. Meanwhile, I was lucky to have got a Madani Muzakara VCD titled Ghar Aman Ka Ghawara Kaise Bane, i.e. How to Establish a Peace at Home is the title in English. Released by Maktabatul Madina, the publishing department of Dawat Islami, hoping for some solution to my issue, I not only watched the VCD myself but also made my mother watch it. Moreover, I sent a VCD to the home of my in-laws. My mother liked it so much that she watched it twice, and much to my astonishment she said, "Son, let's go to the home of your in-laws." Having sigh of a relief, I thought to myself the VCD seemed to have done what I could not do despite making repeated individual efforts. After we reached there, my mother comforted my wife very affectionately and loved and brought her home. My wife too responded positively. The very next day after she came home, she said to her mother-in-law, i.e. my mother, "Dear mother, the room I am living in is very big, whereas the one other family members are living in is rather small. Please, you people live in my room, and I will live in your room," meaning in yours. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal. Our home that was full of discord and disharmony turned into a palace of peace by the blessing of Dawat Islami. The VCD Ghar Ka Aman Ka Ghawara Kaise Bane can be bought from Maktabatul Madina, and also be watched and listened at the website of Dawat Islami, www.dawatislami.net. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين جزا الله عنا محمد ما هو أهله. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, accept our Salatul Zuhur. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, forgive the mistakes of Dars. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, give us the passion and enthusiasticness to follow the Sharia and the love of the Sunnah of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Grant us good health, a long and pious life, and give us the ability and the strength to worship you. Bless our children, Ya Allah, give them the istiqamat al-deen, give them haya, protection of iman, and Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, grant them the mahol of Dawat Islami. Bless the Hazreen Majlis, accept the sincere dua, grant them the vision of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, give them the ability to travel to Medina, Makkah. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, for those who have not performed the Hajj, give them the ability and the financial help to perform Hajj. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, those who have departed from this world, Ya Allah, our parents, grant them a high place in Jannah. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, a brother yesterday, Mazhar Rashid, that passed away, Ya Allah, grant him a high place in Jannah. And also, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, our brother Ayub, grant him mukammal shifa and give him the ability to return home safely. Sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.